I had one pint of beer and one shot of scotch, one bottle of wine and a bourbon on the rocks.
Hello, welcome to the Booze Review. It has been a very long time since I've done one of these, so although I have not had any alcohol in me so far today, still remembering how the hell to do this. So for those of you who don't know the gentleman sitting next to me,
hi.
Aside from the glorious goatee that I have absolute facial hair envy over, and a man who can wear glasses really well, a man who strums the old guitar much like a traveling troubadour, and the bards of old.
Or a minstrel.
As minstrel.
Traveling from town to town on my minstrel cycle.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
Okay.
For those who don't know me, you know me. If you don't know him, the YouTube sensation.
Sensation.
Is that safe to say?
At one point.
You're famous on the interwebs. We have Mikey Mason. So
woo! Hey.
if you're not familiar with him, of course, She Don't Like Firefly is the thing that brought you into everybody's consciousness.
If you've heard of me, that's probably why.
Mm-hmm. But you've been around for a while, haven't you? Like doing stand-up and with a musical element, and also just regular stand-up.
Yep.
And graphic design.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff.
You can't pay it. When you're on a stand-up comedian's salary, you can't afford to pay a graphic designer.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
And also, I mean, we're here in North Carolina at Illogicon 4, but you live in Indiana, right?
I do. It was 30 below when I left.
30 below?
Yeah, my wife. How saucy are we allowed to get the language here?
Oh, very saucy.
Oh, excellent. So, I left and I sent her a text and I said, oh, it's going to be in the 40s this week. And she said, fuck you. So,
which, of course, all of us here, we're wrapping up because it's the coldest it's been all year.
And I'm running to my car with, just a t-shirt on going, this is awesome.
Which I don't really think of Indiana as like a cold town.
Well, Indiana's not a town.
Well, the state of Indiana being a necessarily cold one, but it is north.
When it's we're technically Yankees. They're Yankees.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
I'm not a geography expert, so I don't.
Well, there's one state between us and Canada, so you can do the math. I mean, it's Indiana, Michigan, Canada.
Oh, it's not North Dakota?
No, North Dakota's way the hell over. Yeah.
Over there. Well, I imagine there's probably a South Dakota below that.
There is.
Okay.
Which isn't really that much warmer.
No.
No.
Well, being close to Canada, I imagine.
Yeah.
So now you come down here to North Carolina a lot. I know you do the comedy clubs around here, and of course you oftentimes take the Nerdvana stage.
I do.
But what? You also have some friends down here, right?
That's a side effect. I make some fans. It's weird to call them fans because most of them end up friends. It's just it works out well that way. So yeah, I have a pretty big base down here. I have three centers right now. I'm working on growing more, but there's the Tidewater area of Virginia, Norfolk area, Virginia Beach area, and then there's North Carolina, which both the triad and the triangle. You have to be good at geometry to live in North Carolina, apparently.
Well, that's true, and also a part of the Asian subculture that's around there, because I know there's a lot of mobs in that. Is that the triad that you're referring to?
No, there's the triad and the triangle. There are a lot of 3 points places in North Carolina, and then over in Missouri, I have some fans over in Missouri too. So it's nice to have places I can go to as my kind of bread and butter.
Okay. Well, and the funny thing is that there have been times when you've taken the Nerdvana stage and afterwards we're like, hey, let's go out, let's go grab a drink, and let's go hang out and stuff like that. And you're like, I can't, I have a all-night gaming session to go to. So if you're wondering if this man is a true nerd geek,
yeah. No, I gotta go game.
So, of course, on the Booze Review, one of the things that we do is we like to review a particular favorite booze of whoever's on it. Sometimes it's a made-up drink, sometimes it's made up on the spot, sometimes it's just through various shenanigans of whatever we can find. But when I asked you, and I've been wanting to get you on for a while because I love what you do, your particular drink of choice,
when it's not beer,
is Jim Beam Bourbon.
I'm White Trash, escaped. But you can take the boy out of the trailer. You cannot take the trailer out of the boy.
Now, why Jim Beam?
It is the drink of my people. I don't. I was never rock star enough to drink Jack. It always came off as a little sweet to me anyway. But Jim Beam is just It's what my brother drinks. It's what my father drank. It's what my father before. I don't know what his father before him drank.
So there's a lot of lineage.
Yeah. Well, as much
alcohol
lineage
choice.
as you can get in a trailer park.
I figured it was just whatever was the cheapest.
No, that's Kessler's.
Oh,
Smooth as silk.
we should have gotten that and then some the champagne and beer, some Miller Lite. We could have done an episode like that.
And we could have mixed them.
Oh, that'd be game. But this particular one that I got here, I'm not a bourbon guy, so I wasn't sure what kind of what to get. So I got this premium aged 7-year-old Jim Beam bourbon. So
Which is the
I hope
standard
that-
stuff,
is
yeah.
it the standard? Okay.
Yeah.
It wasn't the cheapest Jim Beam out there, but it was the next to cheapest. So I figured that was based on the what you had told me about Jim Beam and your love for it. I figured that would be acceptable. So
Excellent.
why don't we just, because you are an expert on it already, and of course we're going to be mixing a little bit. Although you know what, we should do straight and then mix it.
We don't have to dilute the Jim Beam at all.
Because I like I said, I'm not terribly experienced with it. Because we also have the rest of the convention to go to, because it's around noonish on Saturday.
This is like candy.
Is it like candy to you?
Oh,
Well-
do I need to wait?
No, you don't have to wait.
Oh,
Just go. I don't care. There's no format. We just, I mean, it smells like a, kind of like rubber cement, but like in a good way.
Yeah.
Which I like, as opposed to one of my favorite ones, which is the crystallized vodka, which smells like turpentine, but it goes down smooth. So. One of the reasons why I'm not a huge fan of bourbon is because when you first drink it, to me, it doesn't really have much of a taste.
Mm.
There's no flavor to it until it's going down your throat, and then you can kind of get this like liquid wood. To me, that's to me. I mean, you're
Aged
okay.
in jarred oak barrels.
So for you, what's it taste like? Like what
It tastes like, yeah, well.
like you said, candy, but is there
This is
anything?
to me, this is a Werther's original, but I mean, it doesn't taste like a Werther's original, but I mean, it has all that sentimental, nostalgic kind of value, and I'm just so used to it. But
And where you're from, old people just give it out to children.
yes,
all the time.
this is the
Okay.
Halloween present. They give you
Just a little airline
little
bottle.
airline bottles of Jim Beam, and Daddy goes trick or treating.
But yeah, it's good, but to me it's
Supposed to, you're supposed to sip it, not a whole lot.
oh that
Let
was
it
probably
mellow
my
on your
mistake.
tongue. I don't drink it the appropriate way either. To taste a bourbon, you're supposed to sip it, let it mellow on your tongue, swallow, exhale, inhale with your mouth open, and then you'll get the flavors.
Oh yeah, let me try that. So, you want a little bit more before we do the mixers? Like, come on, what the hell was that? I'd like to apologize. There, now we're even. All right, so I better put a cap on that.
So
Safety first, put the cap on.
you sip it,
Okay.
put some on your, let it coat your tongue.
Okay, civic cup tongue.
Swallow.
Yeah, it's just a little less dry now.
A little less dry.
Still.
With and I hate to say this, Jim Beam is one of my, well, sorry, it's my go-to bourbon. I don't claim that it's of any high quality. You go to a higher quality bourbon, you go to older bourbons, more craft bourbons, if you will. You'll get notes of oak, you'll get notes of vanilla, you'll get whatever pretentious shit.
Yeah, it sounds very highfalutin.
Be like, I get juniper berries, but only in late spring.
You know what? I get the rust on the trailer hitch. That's what I get. Actually, I get the rust off the trailer hitch. Is what I do.
With slight notes of Kid Rock's taint.
Mm. Ooh, now I'm done. I'm out.
You're tapping that well.
Oh no, I mean Kid Rock's taint. I'm out.
Man, it's that Bowdaba that really, when it's aged, I
Yeah.
think really.
The dang-a-dang diggy.
There we go. Okay.
This is a boogie.
A little bit of mixer.
Check the boogies.
And you want? Oh yeah.
Chuck.
There you go.
Boogie.
And you're rocking the diet because you're performing later on.
If nobody gets me drunk.
Well,
Now you
we'll see
do
how
it
the night
backwards.
goes.
Here, little mixer trick. If you're gonna mix, pour the alcohol in the bottom because you're generally going to put less alcohol in your glass than you are the Coke. And then you put your mixer in on top of it, and then as the mixer pours in, it mixes it.
Okay, so let me do that right then.
Yeah, we don't want you to not do it right.
Okay, so it's booze first, right?
Booze first,
Booze first. There we go.
and then as you pour the drink in, it actually mixes it for you.
Oh, with science.
Science!
Because the carbonation and the bubbles. And
Well,
the
because you're
flowing.
pouring more liquid in, then you're pouring way more of that than you are of that. You see? You're pouring way more Coke than you are of Jim Beam.
Okay.
And so as you pour it in, it mixes it.
Ah, see, that makes sense. And it has been a while since I've done one of these. Normally, actually, I usually go with a Gatorade bottle. When I'm at a convention, do a Gatorade bottle with Gatorade and then vodka. Just pour in there, drop some ice in there, shake it up a little bit, boom.
Yeah.
Excuse me, but with it, you can't shake it because then your hand will get all messy. People be wondering why you're walking around the con just,
And looking. Soak a towel in it. And then you just walk around with a towel in your mouth and I think you're just...
But see, I could get away with just walking around licking my hand because I'm on the committee here. The fools. All right, so with
Your badge just says podcastings.
it
I'm
does,
sorry.
yeah. One of the many personalities of me that you will find. There's the regular me, Rich Sigfrit, who is an online teacher, teaching kids how to code Java by modding Minecraft. Then you have podcasting's Rich Sigfrit, who's a fellow who's more behind the scenes when it comes to creating podcasts anymore, but looking to get back into behind the microphone as opposed to behind the scenes. And of course you've got Richie Munster, who's the on-stage persona for the burlesque shows and stuff like that. So,
Excellent.
So I'm getting very close to essentially being the convention nerd version of Mick Foley with all of his faces. So, all right, so to your good health and to good shows later on, which of
thank
course
you.
you've got a show later on tonight, right?
And yours as well. Yes, I have one. I was getting ready. I'm such a whore. I was getting ready to say, no, it's at 9 o'clock in Smith.
Well, this isn't going out today. But
Right, I know. So all you need to do is travel back in time to, what is this, the 10th, Saturday the 10th.
we'll go with that.
And if that is indeed the date.
Of January.
Whatever fucking day this is, and then come to this whatever hotel this Embassy Suites, and go to the Smith boardroom or whatever it is, a ballroom. It's not a ballroom; it's a boardroom-ish.
Yeah.
And then you can.
You're
come
just gonna be
see
up
me
on the
rock out.
board table.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it.
nice! I like it.
I'm going to be reenacting the Carrot Top movie, Chairman
Of the board, dude, I love that movie.
Oh,
It is not a good
you're
movie.
the one.
But you know, it's funny because
You just made his heart flutter. He's in Las Vegas right now. You just made it. He doesn't know why he's having a palpitation. It's just you said I love that movie. So I said it now too. But I didn't mean it. So I didn't actually affect Carrot Top in his natural environment.
See, right now he's taking a plunger and a Time magazine and trying to figure out some way to make a Medvedev joke because he's the prime minister of Russia, not the president like Putin. And he's trying to figure. See, look, we've got some geopolitical shit going on in here.
Enough about Carrot Top's sex life.
But he's trying to work on some sort of a Russian joke dealing with Pussy Riot. But
Pussy Riot. That was a long. That was taking a long way around.
it was,
bro.
yeah, we went past Grandma's
And I
house about 3 or
stepped
4
all
times.
over that.
Oh, it's all right. I was making it up as I went along. So, good show, and of course, I'll put up links where people can see you online and stuff. Like
Excellent,
that
and
stuff
cheap
like
booze.
that. So, and cheap booze, which is honestly one of the best things about doing this show is to find all kinds of you can drink, finding all sorts of cheap boozes and whatnot, things that should not be good, and which oftentimes aren't. But this is really good. So, of course, you have one of your great songs is the White Trash Geek.
Yes,
Or is it geek or nerd?
it's White Trash Geek.
White Trash Geek. And what do you feel are the differences between a geek and a nerd?
I don't know.
All right, straight from the geek's mouth.
Nerds. I guess culturally, nerds tend to know something about something that matters, and geeks tend to know a lot about stuff that doesn't necessarily matter. You know, we geek out about music or I mean, I know NASCAR geeks. We geek out about comedy. We geek out about comic books. We geek about role-playing games and video games and science fiction and fantasy. And I say that those things don't matter, but we know they matter. But, nerds, they geek out about fucking nuclear physics.
Sure.
Or math, or, and I think that, it doesn't matter. You are whatever you call yourself, that's fine.
I agree with that, but so what at least at the base of what you're saying is that nerds tend to be more, it's both a hyper focus, but geeks tend to be more about pop culture-y things.
That's the way I perceive it, yes.
Okay, fair enough. I can dig that.
Maybe even not pop culture, it could just be cultural, but however, I guess a nerd would be more English language canon. Even though geeks will have read Beowulf, the nerd will have written papers on Beowulf.
And are trying to incorporate that into their RPG session.
Yeah. No, that would be the geek.
That would be the geek. Okay.
I don't know. I'm confusing myself. Anyway.
That's true. Well, and nerds, like you mentioned, sports nerds and stuff like that, people that, play like fantasy sports games and stuff like that, which is essentially the jock version of D&D and whatnot. And then they also cosplay when they wear a jersey for a team that they don't play for. And
it's
they are not
Dungeons and
theirs.
Dragons on autopilot, because you don't even actually have the control.
Oh, you don't even have the GM. Oh, that's a good point.
Right, because you don't even get to say who you're putting in the game, but you don't even get to say what those people do. You just have to do the math. That's technically punishment, I think.
Yeah, it's true. People in a fantasy football league, they don't tend to have like your stereotypical nerd there to make sure that the figures are adding up.
It's
Unless
Dungeons
you
and
consider Bob
Dragons
Costas that.
with all of the math and none of the fun. You don't even get to chop an orc. Come on.
The sad thing is at the office, they actually have apparently some sort of like a Final Four pool going on with brackets and everything for who's going to come out top on The Bachelor. There seems something inherently wrong about that.
Well, I'm pretty sure that any one of those ladies can come out on top on The Bachelor.
I imagine most of them end up coming out on top at some point in time throughout the show, which seems like a pretty good gig.
Maybe they're faking it on top. I don't know.
I'm gonna get a 3-picture deal out of this thing, as long as I pretend to orgasm right.
Right.
So remember, kids, from Mikey Mason, remember to orgasm right. I think that's what we learned.
Also, if you watch this film is not yet rated, and you should.
Yes, you should.
You will learn that if you're a woman and you orgasm on film, it's rated R or X. Yeah, done. They cut that.
It's because of the fantasy element, really. Because women don't have orgasms. We all know that. It's a myth.
You must be Adam Savage, because I'm Jamie Heineman on this one.
Turn your hat around. You got to make it look like right. There we go.
Nope.
All right. Well, time to get Buster out again. And Carrie, go ahead and ride him, and let's find out what happens.
That's not a fair test. That is not a fair test.
All right. So hit the website, sir.
MikeyMason.com or MikeyMason.bandcamp.com. You can follow me on Facebook at Comedy Rockstar or on Twitter at Comedy Rock Geek, because I believe in consistency and ease of use.
And I don't, because there's only one place to see this, and that's on the YouTube, and I don't even remember the damn channel. I think it's online. I think it's user/cinemafreak. So that's where you can find, of course, all of these. But hey, you're watching it now, so you've obviously been there before. So, do you have any major tour dates coming up? Because I'm hoping to get this out within a month or so.
Oh shit. All right. Made me get my office assistant out.
So while he's checking that out, make sure you check out some live theater nearby. Whether it's some sort of burlesque, performance artists, comedy, anything, go out and check it out. There's also fantastic, you can see all of his videos online. Of course, go to his website and check that out.
Including my newest one, Another New Year, not suitable for work.
It's true, which actually features some pictures from
Nerdvana Burlesque, yeah.
Absolutely.
There are 2 Nerdvana Burlesque pictures on that. Yeah.
And also, this is the man that helped popularize Gatita from Nerdvana, her Jane Hat bra.
If you see pictures of the Jane Hat bra that has the sparklies around it, I actually took that picture backstage at Nerdvana.
It's true, he Jackson Pollocked all over that picture. Wait, what?
No, they were just sparklies.
Oh, there were sparklies, that's right. Yeah. You're such a prude. All right, so dates.
All right, so I'm gonna boot forward a little bit, because this will take. I'm sure that'll be all right. So January 23rd and 24th, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the Comedy Zone. January 30th, 31st, at the Greensboro, North Carolina Comedy Zone. February 7th, I will be somewhere in Cohocton, Ohio. I'm not really sure where, but it'll be somewhere there. So if you're in Cohocton, find the place that's doing comedy. That'll be me. Valentine's Day weekend, 13th and 14th, I'll be at the Comedy Zone in Tallahassee, Florida.
What's better than seeing this gentleman on some sort of a romantic date, perhaps a first date, perhaps an anniversary?
I have
you come out and get
people-
laughs. Your lady gets
I have
a little
friends-
because of this.
I have friends in Fort Mill, South Carolina,
Mhm.
who are engaged now, and their first date was a Mikey Mason show, and I talked to them in the audience. They became the first Chippy and Snack Pack. I still use Chippy and Snack Pack in my show. If you've been to a show, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so he brought them together in many different ways. So make sure you check out the website. You have no idea what that can bring you.
February 20th and 21st, VisionCon in
He's just gonna
Missouri.
keep going with other
And
dates.
then I will. No, fuck
That's
it. I don't know
good.
when
So
you're going to
just-
bring this out.
So
You-
just keep on bringing.
All right,
keep
so-
on hitting them. So
and then
make sure you check
February
out more
26th
videos,
to
live
March
theater
1st.
and stuff like that.
February
Check out Mikey
26th to
Mason.
March 1st at the
All
Hard
of
Rock
the-
Casino
all
in
of the dates
Cleveland,
you can't hear
Ohio.
right now because I'm talking over them. Make sure you check out the website so you can see where to see Mikey Mason, and even potentially at a convention near you. Mikey, thank you so much, man. I adore you. You know that. I have mad brotherly love for you because you have brought so many laughs to me and to so many other people. And
We're
every
going to
time
finish that bottle before.
Oh hell, fuck yeah!
Not right now. Not right now.
There's not much
I
left.
have ideas.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll see if YouTube will allow the first Jim Beam enema on their site. We're gonna find out here soon. So guys, thank you so much. And make Jim Beam. It's tasty. It's trashy.
I'm drinking
it's
it until
cheap,
they give me a
even better.
sponsorship.